in order to solve the things in yourself, because that's like a philosophy, like, all right, start from within and then everything would be good on the outside. But that's not the way that I truly did it. See, when I started my conquest of following my heart, I made sure that everything else on the outside was right and true. And then I started to develop on the inside. Because when you develop on the inside and try to work your way from inside out, you might never make it from without of yourself. You might be stuck in yourself for long periods of time, just years, and never truly correct what needs to be fixed. Because it's not really the inside that needs to be fixed. There's nothing wrong internally. It's the perception of your outside that's truly messed up. It's the external. So it's literally a hands-on approach. It's not even anything like really deeply emotionally or like spiritual, anything like that. It's really just looking at the outside and saying, oh, all right, let me stop doing that. Oh, I can't find the motivation. Well, the easy way to find the motivation or the discipline or drive is to stop quitting or to stop settling when you get to a point where you feel like you don't want to do it anymore. So that's how you really solve that. That's how you go beyond motivation and really get into a deep, passionate, driven mode, determined. You don't want to settle. You don't want to have a boring, mediocre life. Well, just basically stop doing boring and mediocre things. Stop thinking that the way you've been doing things is the only way just because you're good at staying the same. So it's a hands-on approach. It's nothing even deep about it. So if you want to change your life, change your perspective, change yourself, you really just look at the outside and it's right in front of you. So this is exactly what I figured out. Like, just easily came upon me. You know, I had to get back on the bike again. I had to ride the bike again and take control of the wheel and not be defined by the crashes and the potholes, you know, and the times I fell off. So when I got back on the bike again, that's when I figured out, like, it was that simple. Like, riding a bike or driving a car. Once you learn how to drive a car or ride a bike, you don't need anyone else to do it for you. Once you learn how to like yourself, enjoy yourself, you don't really need anyone else to do it for you. You don't have to wait for someone else to make you feel special. Once you make yourself feel special, it's that childlike state. Once you teach a child something, it does it automatically. But if you're living in an infant state where you got to get fed, burped, and changed and all that stuff, I mean, that's basically in a sense of just that's like being dead in a sense of just being like just worthless, being in that infant state constantly throughout your whole life and needing someone to basically do everything for you so you could feel appropriate in your situation. So the best approach is to be in this childlike state, this toddler state where it's like, oh, I learned how to ride a bike. The bike get a flat, I can't keep riding, so I just fix the flat. And that's the mystery behind it, because if the bike get a flat, it will fall back and say, well, what's wrong with me that the bike got a flat? There's nothing wrong with you. The bike just hit a flat. So you could get a whole new tire or keep the same tire and change the flat, and then you keep going. It's that simple. It's a hands-on approach. And this is how life, or just whatever this is, need to just be approached hands-on. Not no real deep inner experience or trying to figure out what's wrong. Now, there's nothing wrong with going within yourself and being still. It's beautiful things, but when you going in yourself for the wrong reasons, when you checking yourself to see what's wrong with yourself, that's the wrong reason, because it's nothing wrong. This is a hands-on approach. If you want to have a better life, look at the outside. If you want to have a cleaner home, start organizing. It's that simple. If you want to have a better life, start making better choices. If you want to stop living a life that's just settled and mediocre and unhappy and unfulfilling and undetermined and undesirable, well, look at the outside. Stop interfering with these undesirable things. Stop having these undesirable beings in your life and stop making undesirable choices. So it's just a hands-on approach. It's that simple. There's nothing wrong with you at all. Just look at your life. Take some things out, put greater things in. It's that simple. And the choices would just be automatically. You wouldn't even have to think about making a choice. The choice will make itself for you. Just like grass doesn't need no interference to grow. It automatically does it with no interference. No matter how many times you cut it, it just keeps on coming back because it's constantly in a growth state of evolution and greatness. So it doesn't matter what happens to it. Like, I'm still going to keep coming back and coming back. And this is an attitude. You got to have the attitude of just grass, things of that nature. Where it's like no matter what happens, the storm, the snow, the autumn, summer, anything, winter, no matter what season you go through, no matter how you cut down and chop down, you still keep coming, you still keep going. You can't cut grass down, you can't cut a plant down once and thinking that it grows back. In fact, it doesn't even take offense to it. It actually, it looks good when you cut your grass, right? It poses for you. It doesn't even take offense because it knows it's going to grow back. And it's going to outwork you. No matter how many times you do it, it's still going to constantly grow back. And this is the attitude that needs to be held and grasped. That no matter what happens to you in life, you just keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. And that's a beautiful attitude. So when you validate yourself, you no longer need to seek validation. You no longer need to go somewhere or just do things just so you could post it. Because you already feel liked. You already feel loved and enjoying yourself. You already feel like a caption. So you don't have to just be somewhere and take pictures and post it just so you can see what others think about you who really don't even think much about themselves. It's such a worthless existence. Your life could be way more fulfilling, where you are the caption, where you are your own device, your own cell phone, where you could take yourself places and be places and enjoy different things and have all meaningful things in your life that's really worth something, and make your whole entire life something unique and special, something that you could be proud of. Same way you could get a promotion, same way you could win an award or get a trophy or a medal for anything. Imagine having your life like that. Imagine you being able to put your life on the wall. Imagine you being able to hang your life or put your life on a menu and say, I'm proud of my life. This is an achievement award of life for my life. That's a beautiful thing. Don't ever settle.